Now, colleagues of this prominent council, distinguished alternate delegates, and honored guests, I extend to you all warm greetings as we convene this special session to commemorate the 75th anniversary of International Human Rights Day. While acknowledging the substantial progress made globally in the pursuit of upholding and respecting human rights, it is crucial that we all recognize the persistent challenges that continue, particularly within the Americas. In various parts of the world, including our own region, numerous individuals continue to endure racial discrimination, often taking on institutional dimensions. Regrettably, the false notion of racial superiority persists in certain societies, even among those considered highly developed. Indigenous or ancestral communities face ongoing discrimination with inadequate means to seek justice for displacement from their ancestral lands. In some societies, disenfranchisement and discrimination against indigenous peoples extend to basic rights, such as the right to a bank account. Religious intolerance remains a pressing concern, at times manifesting itself in violence against individuals and groups, as we have seen recently. Additionally, despotic regimes persist in detaining and imprisoning political opponents, curtailing the freedom of journalists, and brutally stifling dissent, causing large numbers of their people to flee from their homeland in fear. Furthermore, the asymmetric power dynamics in global relations between wealthy and powerful states and poor and powerless ones have led to widening economic inequity and a lack of social justice, disproportionately affecting the most vulnerable, particularly women. While progress has been achieved in establishing an international legal framework for upholding human rights, there remains much to be done at the national and local levels. Education stands central to this objective. However, in certain countries, including developed ones, regressive thinking and attempts to falsify the realities of historical discrimination and racism persist, exemplified by the removal of books from schools and libraries. Now, colleagues, we express our gratitude to those who have tirelessly championed human rights across the globe, often at great personal risk. However, we must not fail to acknowledge the continuing imperfections of our world. It is evident that the task of establishing, implementing, and ensuring human rights is far from complete, notwithstanding the considerable work that is done by this Council and by the General Secretariat. In our world, including the member states of the OAS, if it is to become a better place where rights are accorded to all equally, where freedom prevails and notions of racial and religious superiority are eradicated, much more remains to be done. Today's meeting, therefore, is of paramount importance for us as the nations of the Americas to reaffirm our collective commitment to human rights and the imperative of upholding them. It must be a call to action, a pledge we must all undertake to create a world where justice, equality, and freedom are not just aspirations, but lived realities for every individual. Now, colleagues, we are fortunate to have amongst us persons who have championed human rights with courage and fearlessness. We are privileged that they've agreed to join us today, and I extend our warmest welcome to them. I also extend appreciation and thanks to the requesting permanent missions for organizing this special meeting.